Hello guys, and welcome back to my video. So in this video we are going to be integrating Stripe into our Flutter mobile application. So without wasting much of the time, let's begin by creating the project folders. So we shall begin by creating the model folder. And then we are going to also have the pages. Okay, so the folder already exists, and we are also going to have the widgets folder. And we're also going to the controllers folder, since we are going to be using Riverport for state management. Okay, so now that we are done with this, let's begin by creating, and then we just left one folder, which is going to be the data. Okay, so let's just begin by creating the model. So the model is going to be product.dat. So let's just create a class product. So we are going to have a product with a product ID, and then a name, description. And we're also going to have a product image. And then we need the constructor. So inside the constructor, we're just going to add different parameters. We need the ID, and the name, and also the description. Old price, we also have a new price. And the product image. Okay, so now that, let's just put a semicolon. Now we are done with our model folder. So let's move into our data. So what we are just going to do with the data, we're just going to create a fake API or fake data. I'm going to go into fake data .dat. Okay, so it's going to be a class fake data. Okay, so it's going to be static final list, which is a list of products. Products is equals to, for now, let's just give it an empty string. Okay, so let's import the product. Okay, so now it's going to be a list of products. Okay, so we need the product ID, which is going to be 1. And then the other thing that I already did in this video is I've already included assets, images in our assets file. You can check it. You can check it inside. You can check it in the GitHub repository, in the link in the description of this video. Okay. So the name is going to be we have iPhone 14, and then we must get a description. So for the description, what you're just going to do is let's go to the lorem ipsum, let's grab some dummy text, okay, and then let's just paste it. Control V. No, what's wrong? Okay, let's just get rid of this, some of this text up to here. Yeah. Okay, make sure on the same line. And then the next thing will be the price. We're just going to say old price $9.99, 0.90. Then they also need new price, which is going to be, let's say, $7.99.80. And then for the image, we're going to say assets / products, then / iPhone 14.jpeg, iPhone 14.jpeg. Okay, so that's it. I think name is required, but there's no corresponding. Wait, what's going on here? I think we have the name. Let's check into let's check our product. Yeah, we have the name. So what's did I make a typing error? No. Undefined name. Try to the one defined. Okay, let's. Okay, I get why. Okay, so that's it. Now let's just copy this. Let's copy and then let's paste it below 5 times. Control V, Control V, Control V, and then Control V. And then let's change the product IDs. So let's just say 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Yeah. So now we are going to, let's just say iPhone 14 Pro. That's the name, iPhone 14 Pro. Then let's just change the price, iPhone 14 Pro. We have the description. Let's just change the price to 1299. 1299 to 1099. Yeah. And then let's change the path to iPhone 14 Pro Max. So it's an iPhone 14 Pro Max. Okay, the next one will be iPhone 15. The price will be 1099. 1099, and then The new price will be 1299. So these are just dummy prices. And then let's go 14. We are going to say it's going to be a MacBook. We're going to say MacBook Pro, MacBook Pro 13 256 GB. Yep. So let's just copy this path. Let's try rename, copy it, and then let's paste it here. Control V. And then there will be MacBook Pro 14. MacBook Pro 14. It's going to be M1 16 GB. Okay. You forgot to change the prices. It's 1399 to 1.299 1299. Here we are going to say the price is going to be 1399. It's going to be 1799 to 1499. That's the price. Okay, so let's just copy this. Let's rename, let's copy it, and then let's paste it also here. Okay, these are JPG image formats. Okay. So now we are done with the fake data. Let us move on, and now we will be developing our home page. Okay, so moving on to our home page, we have this home page. We need an up bar. Bar. And then we are going to have a background color of colors dot white, and then we need an elevation which is going to be 0, an elevation of 0. Okay, and then what we need also is a body, okay. We need a body. So inside the body we are going to have a safe area, so we don't want our widgets protruding up to the upper, the notification bar. Okay. The child is going to be a single child scroll view. Okay, it's going to be a single child scroll view. The child, we are going to have we also need physics. So we also need physics, which is want a bouncing scroll physics, so that if a user scrolls, that it sort of like bounce. And then we are going to have a grid view. .builder, we are going to have a grid view .builder. For the grid delegate, we are going to use what we call sliver grid delegate with fixed cross axis count. So sliver grid delegate with fixed cross axis count. So in that, the cross-axis count, we are going to have a 2, and then we need a spacing. The main axis spacing is going to be 2, and then we also need an aspect ratio. And a child aspect ratio, which is 2 threads. And then we also need an item count. So the item count is going to be the fake data dot products dot length. So let's import the fake data. Okay, we are good to go. And then for the item builder, we are going to have a context and an index. So the index is used to locate each children. Okay, like this. Okay, so let's just give it a constant, and here you must just give it a constant. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to have a card view. So we are going to return. So first thing we are going to return is a card. We'll give it an elevation. So we need it to have a slight elevation of 2. And then we need a container child. We are going to have a container. We are going to give it a height of 200 and a width of 180. Height 200 and a width of 120, 180. Also, the next thing that we are going to do is we need to decorate it. So we are going to use a decoration, which is box decoration. And then we are going to put a color, which is colors to white, and then the border radius is a border radius to circular. Border is just circular, and I'm going to give it a border radius of something like 20. Now what we need is a child inside this border. Is a child. So the child is going to be a column, and a column with children. Okay. Column with children. So now what we need is an image. So we're going to say so let's go back to our at the top. Here we are going to save products. For now, products is equals to fake data dot products index. Okay, so let's go back to our we're going to say first we need an image from asset. We are going to say products dot product dot image. we are going to give it a height of 200, no, a height of 120, and a width of, we can say double dot infinity. Okay, so after this we are going to have a text, which is going to be products dot name, and then we're just going to give it a text style. We're going to give it a font size of 15. Font size of 15. Color, which is colors to black. Okay. And then the next thing that we need a row. A row widget is going to have children. Yeah, it's going to have children. So want space between the children. So inside the row, we are going to say main axis alignment. So main axis alignment to space between. Okay. So yeah. So what we are going to have, we're going to have two texts. Text, which is going to be products dot new price, and then also need style constant, text style font size 15, then color, we're just going to give it a color of black, colors to black. Okay, so let's just copy this and paste it in the next. Let's copy this. Let's copy this and paste it in the next. So let's paste it below. So we are just going to say old price. Old price. And then let's give it a decoration. Decoration, which is text decoration dot line through. Okay, I made a mistake. So this is supposed to be inside the textile. Okay, so let's just remove it and let's just paste it inside textile. Control V, something like this, and let's change the color. I want to give it a different color of orange. Okay, I think that's I think that's it for the home page. Nothing much. So let's just reload the application and see. Okay. Okay, guys, as you can already see from the emulator, now we have our display, our home page is working. So now we need to work on the cut and then flat and then stripe payment. So we just say Flutter pub add Flutter river pod. Then also flat, and then we need to also add the HTTP package. You will see we will use it. Flutter pub add HTTP. And then we need Flutter and then Flutter pub add Flutter stripe. Okay, so that's it. We've basically added the dependencies that we need. If we go into a pubsec.yaml, you'll see that we now have those dependencies. We've added riverpod, HTTP, and then stripe. Okay, so let's move into our main.dat file. We're going to be using riverpod for state management. So we need to read this my app with a provider scope. So the provider scope allows us to sort of like locate all the providers in our application. So we need to just wrap this one inside our provider scope, right? So let's do it. It's going to be child. Okay, like this. So now the thing that we need to do is we just need to import Flutter riverpod, right? So I don't know why it's taking long to pull out the suggestions. So let's go to let's just say let's just type Flutter riverpod. Flutter report. So this is not the package that we need. Flutter report. We need this one. So let's just copy this and then let's paste it in our application. Okay, it already given us suggestion. So let's just import Flutter report like this. Okay. So now let's go into our let's create a folder called providers. We're just going to cut state notifier provider. Cut state notifier dot that. Okay. So we are just going to say class cut notifier extends the state notifier, which is going to be a list of type of list of products. Okay. So is it products or product? It's product, not products. So let's just get rid of the other X and then let's import it. And then it needs a constructor. So it's going to say cut notifier. We need to inherit a super, which is an empty array, right? Something like this. Yeah, and then we're also going to make a list of product, which is goes to a list of products which you are going to call cut. Okay. So what we are going to do, we are going to say we're going to create a function to add to cart. We are going to add a product. And then we're going to say state. The state is goes to since with state notifier it's immutable, so it can't allow us to add. So what we are going to do is we are just going to add a product by the end of the list, which is a product. Okay. That's it. And then to remove the product, what we are going to do, we are saying void delete cut item, which is going to be a product ID. So what we're going to do is the state is goes to, we are just going to say for final, we are just going to look through the products for a particular product that is in our state. If that product ID not equal to product dot product ID. So here it's supposed to be product ID. So if it's not equal to the product ID, we are just going to leave it like, but if it's equal to the product ID, we are just going to remove it. Okay, like this. So now we are done with this part. So what we are going to do is we're going to say final cut notifier provider is goes to state notifier dot auto dispose provider dot auto dispose cut notifier list of product boom boom, and then ref cut notifier. Okay, like this, everything is set. Okay, so now what we just need to do is let's go into our home. Let's go into our home page, and what we are going to do is we are going to wrap this card with let's say with a column, but let's change it into a stack. And then what we are going to do is we are going to have a positioned widget. And then the child is going to be icon. Child is going to be icon. Icons dot shopping. Shopping bag outlined. Yeah, like this. So if we just want to reload our application, let's see what's going on. Okay, let's give it we are going to give it a top. Want it to be 10 from the top, and then right 0. Okay, let's see. Okay, seems as if we're having problems something. Let's see. 200. Okay, I know what's the problem. So this is appearing at the back of the so the item that is last in a stack is shown in front, so we must go we must put this position below the cut view, something like this. Okay, so now if we hot reload, now you can see that it's now appearing. Okay, so let's go back to our so let's wrap our position with the gesture detector. Wrap with the widget. Let's wrap it with the gesture detector. Then we need on tap. So on the on tap, what we are going to do is we need to add we need to add this to cart. So to add that to cart using Riverpod, you know that if we are to consume a provider, what we need to do is we need to change our widget from stateless widget to consumer widget, and then we need to pass in the widget reference inside the build function. Widget reference. Okay. And then what we are going to do is we are just going to say final cut notifier is equal to reference dot watch cut notifier provider. And then let's just import that cut notifier provider. So to add this item to cart, what we are just going to do is we're just going to say reference dot read cut notifier provider dot notifier dot add to cart, and then we're just going to add a product, which is going to be products. Okay, if we do that, and then what I want also is let's just wrap this icon with a row. We need a row. Let's wrap it with a row. Oh, sorry. Let's wrap it with a row widget. So I wrap it around with a row widget, and below this, I want to display a text. So the text is just going to display the number of items in the. So I'm just going to say cut notifier dot length dot toString. So it's just going to display the number of cut items in our cut. Okay, this is supposed to be a function. Okay, so if I just reload our application, let's see. Okay, let's just reload it like this. So as you can see, it's now displaying like 0 items in our cart. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is we need to create our cart page. Cart page dot. Okay, so it's going to be a stateless widget. So stateless widget, we're going to cart page. Let's import the material.package. And before we go any further, let's just change this to consumer widget. Consumer widget. Okay. And also let's put this widget reference. Okay. We also need a scaffold widget. Scaffold widget bar. Okay, then what we need also is a body. We need a body. Body safe area. Body safe area. Child. It's going to be single child scroll view. So what we need is we need a column, but we need to repeat in an expanded widget. Child column. Children. Okay, like this. So we are going to use a list view dot builder. Make sure shrimp rep is true, because if you don't include shrimp rep, you are going to encounter viewport errors. Make sure shrimp rep is true. And then the other thing is we need to watch. We're going to say final cut provider. This goes to, so let's just say final cut. This goes to reference.watch. Cut notifier provider. Okay, like this. And then let's import it. Let's import the cut notifier provider. Like this. Let's import cut notifier provider. Okay. And then item count. Item count is going to be cut.length. Okay. And then for the item builder, we need a context and an index. Context index. Okay. So we are going to return a container. And then we need to decorate it with the decoration, which is going to be box decoration. So we need a border radius. Border radius. It's going to say border radius dot circular, we'll give it a 20. And then child is going to be row, and then children. So we're going to say image dot asset. Image dot asset. We're going to say cut so before this, what we need to do is we need to say final cut item is equals to cut and then index. Okay, so let's go to our cut item dot image. Let's give it a height of 120. Okay, that's it. So let's move on to the next, which is we need a column children, and then text is a cut item dot name, cut item dot name, and then let's just style it. Font weight. Was that a font weight dot W500? Okay. And then the constant sized box, which is a height. Let's give it a height of 16. And then we also need a row with children. So the row is just going to display text. Cut item dot new price. Let's just copy this text. Paste it below. Cut item dot all price. It's going to be all price. Style, which is going to be a text style. Decoration, text decoration dot line through, then colors dot black. Okay, I think and then the next thing that we need here is going to be an icon. So below the row we need an icon, or let's just put it inside the row. We need an icon, icons dot delete. Then let's just wrap it with the gesture detector widget. Gesture detector. Then on tap. On tap, what we need to do, we are just going to say ref.read cut notifier provider dot delete. So it's supposed to be notifier dot delete cut item dot product ID. Okay, so that's it for the cut page for the meantime. So now what we need to do is we need to go back to our home page. Inside our home page, so what we just need to do is I want you to copy this row. Copy this row widget, and then let's go inside our app bar. So we need actions. Inside the actions, what we just need to paste this. Then what we need to do is give it a padding. Let's give it a padding, and let's also give this a gesture detector. Gesture detect, and then we need to give it an on tape, which is navigator dot push context, and then material page route. It will take in build a parameter, which will take in a context. Then to just launch should take us to the cut page. So we forgot. So what did we name? Let's just import the cut page. Let's import it. Okay. So let's go to reload our application. Okay, so if I add an item to cut, you can see we now have item to cut. Boom, 2, and then if we go into our cut page, so you can see we have instance of product. So we sort of like have an error. Okay, let's go back into our cut page so I know what so cartridge dot price, price, cut item dot new price dot name, new price. So let's just copy this. Let's cut and then let's put it below the row. Control V. Let's again. So I don't know what's going on with we're getting instance instead of product price. I don't know. Okay, now I get why. We left the curly brackets. We should put them inside the curly brackets. I don't know why that didn't give me an error, but we should put it inside the curly bracket like this. Okay, so if we want to reload our application, now you see. Yep, now you see that we have items in our products. So now the next step is to add stripe. Yeah, that's what got us into this video. So I'm just going to add a new folder called services, and then we are going to just say stripe payment service to that. Okay, so class stripe payment service. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to go into your browser, and then you need to go to the Stripe dashboard, right? You need to go to the Stripe dashboard. You need to go to the Stripe dashboard, and then you need to create a developer account and make sure that that account is in test mode, right? Make sure that account is in test mode. So what you see is you get a publishable key and an API key. So what we're just going to do is we are just going to create another folder also. We're going to say inside the lib we are just going to say API keys. Then we are just going to create API keys dot class API keys. And we're going to say API keys. Then we're going to say static publishable key. Publishable key the is costume. So you go into your dashboard, you copy the publishable key. Let's just copy it. Let's paste it into our application. Control V. Let's make sure we paste it. Boom. So I'm just going to make sure that it's static final. Publishable key is equals to that key. Let's make it a constant because it's never going to change. Constant. Yeah. Okay. So the next one, which is a secret key. The secret key, this one, the secret key so make sure that your secret key is secret unless maybe it's a test application, right? You should make sure that it stays secret. Don't reveal it to anyone. So let's just copy it also, and then let's paste it below. So let's just copy this. Copy. Let's paste it below. I'm going to say secret. Secret key. And then let's just get rid of this. Okay, so we have the secret key and the publishable key. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to go into our main.dat file. Go into our main.dat file. Inside the main, what we need to do is let's just make sure that we say widgets flutter binding dot ensure initialized, right? And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to say stripe dot publishable. Stripe dot publishable key is equal to. So let's just import the Flutter Stripe API is equal to API key dot API keys dot what did we name our class? API keys. We named it API keys dot API key okay, let's just copy this class, copy it, paste it, dot publishable key. Okay, let's import it. Keys dot publishable key. Okay, like this. And then the next thing is we need to just await the instance of stripe dot instance dot apply settings, like this. Okay, so let's make sure that this is an asynchronous function. Okay, so the next thing that you need to do is we need to go inside our Android folder. So Android folder, inside our main, inside our Kotlin main.activity, we need to make sure that we change this from Flutter activity to Flutter fragment. Flutter fragment activity, fragment. And still on our Android folder, we should make sure that we go inside our res folder, inside values. Inside values, style.xml. We should make sure that we change this from theme.light.noTitleActionBar to theme.app compat.light.no action bar. Okay, so that's it for this style. Then let's also get rid of this style. We don't need it. We just need that one. We just need the one style. Yeah, so that's it. And also make sure you go inside the values.night. Yeah, values.night. Make sure you change also from theme.light.black to theme.app compat dot light dot no action bar, like this. Okay, and then make sure I get rid of this style also. And then if we go into our we should go into our android.manifest file where it's written launch theme. So where it's written launch theme, there's something that we must change. Let me check. Where it's written normal theme, metadata normal theme, that just change it to launch theme. Okay, so that's it for the Android part. So now let's move on to the payments. Yeah, I think almost everything is done. Let's move on to the payments. So what we need to do is, I'm just going to go into my GitHub repository, inside our Stripe GitHub repository, and then I will just copy, and I will just copy this. Copy, and then I'll just paste it inside the okay, it didn't copy. Let me copy it again. Let me paste it inside our Stripe payment service. Yeah, like this. So let's import the classes first, and then we'll come back here. Let's import the HTTP package that we installed. So for this to work, what we need to do is we need to import it as HTTP like this. So let's just copy this also. I'm just gonna paste it at the top of this class. Control V. Okay, and then we need to import material dot dat. Need to import Flutter Stripe. Okay, what else do we need? So here we need the API keys dot we need to import the API keys class. Let's go into our main.dat file that we used recently. It's API keys. We just change it here. Control V, it's API keys dot secret key. It must be a secret key. Secret key. Okay, and then let's also import dat convert. Yeah, that's it. So as you can see here, we have three functions. We have the make payment function, the display sheet function, the create payment intent function, and also the display sheet function. This will just display a sheet with the payment where the user is going to enter the card. And then if we go to the Stripe documentation, you can see that we have this payment sheet, and you can see that payment intent. We have a payment intent. Stripe uses this to represent your intent, our intent to collect customer payments, right? So if we go back, we have our, and then we have the calculate amount. This is just going to change an amount in double to an integer, since Stripe works with the integers, right? And then we move on to the display payment sheet. This is just going to display payment sheet. And then we have the payment intent. So inside the payment intent, we have a request body. The body is going to have an amount and also the currency. And I think we can also put more about users' information, address, and so forth. And then this is just going to make a post request to this Stripe URL. For us to be authorized, we need our secret key that I was saying. It must be private if it's not in test mode. And then also we have also the content type. And then if we get a 206 success code, we're just going to return a JSON, and then we are just going to throw an error if there is an exception. And then with this payment intent, we have this function which you call the future, which is going to be the make payment that we are going to use to make payments. So this takes in a build context, a double, which is an amount. And then what the first thing that we do is we try to create an intent, a payment intent. And then in that payment intent, we have the amount and also the USD, the currency, which is in US dollars. And then we are just going to await the instance of Stripe, and then we are going to initialize a payment sheet, and then we are just going to put the parameters inside the payment sheet, which is a payment intent, which is gotten from our intent, which is going to have the client secret, which is going to have all the details of the client, and then the merchant name. In this case, I included my name. If you want, you can include Google Pay. If you don't, you just neglect it. And then we also have the allows delayed payment methods, which is also equal to true. So that's it for the Stripe payment. So to integrate this Stripe payment, what we are just going to do is we just need to make sure that we create one more widget, which is the checkout bottom, which is the checkout bottom navbar. We are just going to say check out bottom navbar dot like this, and then we are going to create a stateless widget. We are just going to give it bottom nav bar, so it's supposed to be checkout check out, yeah, we are going to import the material that checkout is supposed to be large capital letter, bottom nav bar. We must change this into a consumer widget. Consumer widget, like this. We put a widget reference, and the ref. Okay. So what we are just going to do is we are just going to say final cut is equals to reference dot watch cut notifier provider. Okay, let's import it. So now what we are going to do is we are going to just return cut dot is, if the cut is not empty, we are just going to return, a container with a height of 50. Let's decorate it. Box decoration, color, which is colors dot orange. Colors dot orange, and then we give it let's give it a border radius. Dot secular, which is going to be 20. Okay, I made a mistake. Let's cut it. Let's paste it below here. Control V. Control V. Okay. So what we need now is we need a row. Child row children. Then we need a space between the children. Main axis alignment. Main axis alignment dot space between. Text. Then we're just going to say to total and then just going to say cut dot fold initial value is equals to 0 dot fold of type double. Zero, and then we're going to say some item is equals to sum plus item dot new price. Okay, and then we are just going to have another text also. And then we are just going to say proceed to check out. Yeah, like this. Then let's that means that if the cart is empty, we just display an empty sized box. So there's nothing much here, like this. Okay, size box, which is constant. Then we also need to wrap this. We also need to wrap this container with a padding. We need to wrap it with a padding. We need to wrap it with the gesture detector. Gesture detector. Then when you say on tap, let's say on tap. So now what we need to do is here we need to initialize our stripe payment. Say we call it stripe payment service. Stripe payment service payment service is equals to stripe payment service, like this. Then what we're just going to do, we're just going to say pay main service dot make payment. Okay, make payment, and then the payment is the same as this one. So let's just copy this, and then let's paste it, because the payment is also equal to the total. So let's just put a semicolon here. Yeah, so that's basically it with Stripe. Let's just reload to restart our. Let's restart our emulator and see what's going on. Yeah, I'm really tired, guys, but this was worth it. And let's see how it comes out. So if you are integrating Stripe for iOS, make sure that your iOS version is 13 and above. I could have used iOS, but I'm currently having problems with my other machine. Okay. Missing plugin exception. Which plugin? Stripe for Stripe payments. Okay, so let's just stop this and then let's try to run it again. Okay, so I'll be back once the emulator starts. Hey guys, I'm back. So the problem was make sure you go into your build.gradle inside the app Android. Make sure you change the minimum SDK to 21 and above, right? And if you go into our style.xml, yeah, make sure that there is nothing except theme.app compact.light no action bar, right? So as you can see now, we have our application. It's now working with Stripe integrated, but we don't have the bottom navigation bar. So what we need to do is we need to go to our card page, right? Inside the scaffold, below the app bar, we are going to say bottom navigation is equals to check out. Let's just copy the name here. Check out bottom navigation bar. Let's copy it and then let's just paste it inside here. Control V, right? Okay, and then let's import it. Let's import it. Okay. So let's just reload our application. Let's see. So as you can see now, let's just add items to cart. Yeah, let's add another one. Then let's just add like 4 items. Yeah, let's go into our cart. Okay, let's click the proceed to checkout button. You can see no failed or no host, no address associated with this. There must be an error with Stripe. I don't know why. It must have to do with my emulator. Okay. Okay, so this might have to be a problem dealing with my emulator. So let me try to use my real device and then we can test out the Stripe API.